Translate this and you'll be a director, the millionaire laughed, sliding a crumpled napkin across the table like it was a joke no one else understood. The entire restaurant went quiet for just a second, but long enough for her to feel it. The waitress didn't flinch. She picked up the napkin, glanced at it once. And what she said next didn't just silence him, it changed everything. Her name was Alina, and most people in that small Toronto restaurant knew her as the quiet one. She worked double shifts, rarely spoke unless necessary, and always carried a worn notebook tucked into her apron. Customers assumed she was just another immigrant trying to get by. They didn't see the way her eyes lingered on conversations, or how she scribbled in that notebook during her short breaks. They didn't know she had once studied film before life interrupted her dreams. That night was busy. Snow pressed against the windows outside, and the warmth inside was filled with laughter, clinking glasses, and conversations layered over one another. Then he walked in, expensive coat, confident smile. The kind of presence that made people look twice. Everyone knew the type. Wealthy, important, untouchable. He sat down with a group, ordered without looking at the menu, and talked loudly about his latest investments, his travels, his connections in the film industry. Alina served their table quietly, her movements precise and calm. She had learned long ago to stay invisible when people like him were around. But then he noticed her notebook. "What's that?" he asked, leaning back in his chair. "Just notes," she replied softly. "Notes?" He chuckled, glancing at his friends. "Let me guess, poetry? Or one of those I want to be a filmmaker dreams?" A few people at the table laughed. Alina didn't respond. She simply nodded and turned to leave. That's when he grabbed a napkin, scribbled something quickly, and smirked. "Hey," he called out, loud enough for nearby tables to hear. "Translate this and you'll be a director." He slid the napkin toward her like a challenge, like entertainment. For a moment, it felt like the entire room was watching. Alina paused. Her fingers tightened slightly as she picked up the napkin. On it was a short paragraph, written in a mix of French and broken Arabic, with a line at the end in English. "Let's see if dreams come with subtitles." A few people chuckled again, but Alina didn't laugh. She read it once, then again, and then she looked up, not at him, but at the space just beyond him, as if she was seeing something else entirely. When she spoke, her voice was calm, steady. "It's not just translation," she said. The room quieted. "It's a story." She began to explain how the French lines described a man lost in a foreign city, how the Arabic phrases weren't literal but emotional, hinting at regret and longing. Then she connected it all to the final English sentence, reframing it not as a joke, but as a confession. A man who once had